Welcome back to Outer Worlds, guys. My name is Day.
I don't know who you are or why you're one of Harlow's gun hand. Yeah. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me. How do I know that? Yeah, guess that I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another bored asset. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper I don't know that it makes a difference. Huh. You ain't I hid my papers before Harlow because he's for sale. With Harlow in the board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board. If we capture, only that's not what. Take it. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? Here, take the ring.
Don't give me any trouble, okay?
That machine stole my bit.
I'm still on the truth. Make sure. Yep.
What's the word? That's a damn... Those papers. Trask put you up to... You've got a lot... How should I know?
Clyde, look me in the eye and...
Don't talk to me like I don't know what kind of poison that's.
Watch out!
We're losing here. I'm taking cover.
Everyone all right?
Alright guys, I've just been thinking about putting this up, putting that, having a pistol. Options. Drop, clip. Want to drop it, I want to keep it. I just was hoping for more mags. That's another reason why I put my gun up, because I need more magazines.
This is the Void's blood. No. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could... Yeah, he did. And I'm not sure... I hope so. You've given me a lot to think about. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration. Thanks for your time.
I'm gonna travel to the story mission before we do a side story mission, whatever it is.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the... You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comms. If your calculations are even slightly off, or the sun. The Hope is also...
I wanted to leave Felix there, because, damn it, well, I'll take him anyway. I'll be like going back in.
We're not exploding, so I guess it worked. Here they come!
Don't mess with us.
Take a look. Gotta get past that armor! Oh, that's the last of him.
Damn, I'm a terrible shot sometimes.
Here we go.
No prisoners!
But I had an ID card.
One down.
You all right, Captain? I mean, seeing this place again? Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated.
Error. Whole crew data not found. Identify yourself. Error. Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identification. Please report to your nearest mechanical engineer. Initiating greetings protocol. Greetings.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
If this all goes wrong and we end up flying into the sun, I just want you all to know it was a real pleasure.
Greetings, Captain. Probably not, but don't let that stop you. Searching. Please stand by. Ah. Are you sure? And also... Jump. I wouldn't advise that.
Worst ways.
Admitting it.
ADA.
That is what my captain intends.
But that is a gross misuse of the...
Yes,
You should not be doing this.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go.
Oof. Try this. Hopefully it works.
Oh, good. We are still alive. And
I don't recognize you. I'm just trying to. I don't have time for this. Move along.
Captain, I am Captain.
The board is here. They found me somehow. They're about... I can't stop them from getting me. And the board. All their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. You fucking pig!
It would seem there. How can I be a? El-
Okay, let's
Now
go.
arriving
What happens
at
to
Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
top secret anymore? The board has found an answer. My damn white balls. Give me a minute.
Stay safe out there.
Felix has a lot time back. Let's not bring him into this just yet.
No!
You don't want to do that yet. I want to go here. Check out what the hell this is. Fix that up a bit too.
Captain, as it appears, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to...
Doc Wells never hurt nobody. Just a kindly old fella living by his lonesome up in the rings, tinkering at his table.
And here we are, entertaining the notion of busting him out.
To extract the scientist, you... I am per...
Let's just do...
If you really mean to do this...
We gonna prepare?
Fewer folks.
Sure, boss.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left of the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even. Consider us even, old pal.
Welcome to Ambrose Manor. We were not expecting company.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Very sharp paws. Yeah, you guys are sharp ass paws. Yeah, I'm sinking them into my arm when you jump up here.
Those big empty windows. Feels like the building's watching me. Oh, law, I'm getting goosebumps.
Keep your guard. Could be all manner of surprises. I take it back. Ain't nothing here but memories.
It's so empty. Oh, Captain, something here don't feel right.
Oh, I'm trying to see through a fuzzy towel, and then someone laying on my throat.
Huh?
And cocoa bean.
So who the devil are you? You certainly paint a picture, and I'm... Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? I hate to drink alone, and... To Gorgon, may cosmic winds shift. Now what? In a manner of speech, you're very... How exciting! Lucky Montoya is my personal freelance. But if something happened to him... You suspect foul... What a time for...
settling it.
How would you offer work to every...
You're awful quick to try.
I'm looking for...
My mom. What? It was chaos.
It must have been...
Thank you. Mother's. Whatever. We're all the.
Speak...
I said. Mother was a. Spacer's choice. This is. Are you. When you read.
What a stuff. Oh, you think maybe they got a little mad?
Just so we understand each other, between your payment. Finally, here's your nav key. Spacer's choice should be the one. A word of advice before you. Mother's.
Mysterious. Salvage right?
This unit is under construction. For your actions.
Wow. Where do I need to go? Where the hell's Scratch? I haven't seen it yet, so I guess I can't do it.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at... Please be advised. Resident Cap. The interior. I would also... I can make the
Attention. You are hereby... You're up. Protocol is the sentencing of one crime. Tartarus Doc.
transmission. How can I be of...
Let's do this, bitch.
Unexpected investigation.
No nice one.
Going easier than expected.
Look out!
just kept whacking them. Whacking seems the best work.
Please avoid damage.
Well performing.
Look at us!
Big mistake.
Here we go!
That's the last of them.
What use does a prison have for bars when it's got a storm like that guarding the...
We'll save here. As long as I can save, I'm gonna save in different places.
I've gotta admit,
Saving in the
I'm not
elevator,
too keen on
just
walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out. Whew. We have a lot of shooting to do, Captain.
Sublight has arrived. Hey, kid. A little bird told me you could use our help. I said I owed you one, and I always pay my debts. Are we contractors? Go bust some heads, and tell them Lilia sent you.
Incoming!
I'm good, feeling good.
Bring him down!
Here they come! Here they come!
Take him down!
All right, MSI. I'm not...
look who it is. I'll be damned. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm...
Keep talking, you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important now.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one. My word. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again... Yes, but... I don't know what happened. Let me ask you something, Captain.
We're helping.
Calm before the storm and all that.
Whatever comes of this, I'm just real glad. That's all you want.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent. You've disrupted the balance. To your credit, for all your... Dr. Wells is all that's left. Fair enough. Yes, I'm quite... My science... That isn't true. That experiment was absolutely... Don't... We're going to... You were all... This prison... And...
super easy.
Why won't you just die?
Get me out of here!
We did it.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress. I'm all right, thanks to you. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this. I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory. Earth has 2 years ago.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me.
You're quite right. We've got no.
You mean we're all alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. We're in. We must. We're going to. You won't hear a word. You're the best. We're not a colony.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists: engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Sanjar's civil liberties and worker-centric policies were slow to catch on with the other corporations. But as Halcyon began its long, arduous journey toward recovery, many of Terra 2's smaller townships started adopting MSI's alternative corporate structure, and eventually became entirely self-sufficient. In the coming years, many of these townships managed to eke by, where otherwise they might have starved. Bolstered by her status as savior of humanity, Lilia Hagen ushered Sublight Salvage to a new golden age. Her company grew bolder and more transparent over time, muddying the line between lawful and criminal for the entire colony. The Sublight family would thrive for years to come. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Junlei Tennyson fought to protect the Groundbreakers' independence. While the board's influence faded, mechanical difficulties forced her to rely on parts that only corporations could provide. The cost was high, and time would tell if Junlei could balance the work with her aspirations for a better future. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cow softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help.
If you guys liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to some content, subscribe button, notification bell to be notified when I make another video.
Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell